Good morning, and thanks for making ekaboom TV part of your morning routine.
I'm Ruben, and this is Joan Romero, and today we're going to talk about one of our favorite books, the eMyth.
All right, so getting down to business, this is the eMyth.
It's by Michael Gerber, and it is one of the must-reads for every business owner and entrepreneur, or business owner and entrepreneur hopeful. It is not to be confused with the idea of like email or electronic or having anything to do with online. eMyth is for entrepreneurs. That's right.
The entrepreneur myth.
So one of the great things about the eMyth is it really breaks down a lot of the beginning things of what you need for your business. For instance, it talks about organizational charts. Now, he did not invent the organizational chart, but he does explain it very well, and it's a short read. You can get through it pretty easily, pretty quickly.
That's looking good.
It will help you to understand what are the roles, what are the positions in your company. It talks about creating contracts for those roles and positions. It goes through actually quite a few just basics of how do I start my business, how do I set it up, how do I, kind of is the foundation for hiring, tasking, process mapping, everything that you need to kind of have that foundation. And even if you already have a business, and this was our case, is when we read the eMyth, we already had a business, we were already making money, and it really forced us to relook at some of our things and say, okay, we need to backtrack a little bit and organize ourselves a little bit better.
Yeah, so the thing that I got from it was he was saying, even though you're a small business, think franchise. So think, okay, what's the structure? I know you just said all this. I'm just...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So you set up your structure.
They need to hear it again.
Okay, so you have your owner, your CEO, your, vice presidents of accounting, marketing, operations, and your managers down to the workers and technicians. Then, so at first you're all these people. You're everybody. You have all these different jobs. Your customer service as well as fulfillment as well as the CEO. As you're doing that, start writing down what you do in all those tasks and the best way to do it. When I answer the phone, it works really well if I say whatever, write it word for word. And when I go out for sales, if I wear, a blue suit versus a brown suit, I get better results. So that's what I'm going to do. My job description as salesperson is wear a blue suit, go out at this time, say these words, and this is what I do to get the best results. So as you're doing all these different things, you have your manual, operations manual, with all your different chapters. Then when you go to hire someone, you start from the bottom. So your first hires are going to be the technicians. It's going to be the implementers. I don't even know. They're fulfillment people. And you're giving them that part of the manual saying, okay, read this, do this, and then hopefully you're working your way up to whatever job you want. Do you want to be the CEO? You want to just be the owner? You want to be vice president of something and have someone else be the CEO because you don't really enjoy that?
Yeah, and the other advantage is if you are working with other people, it really helps you to spell out what roles that people have. So, for instance, I may be your boss when it comes to sales, and you may be my boss when it comes to fulfillment. And having all of those roles defined makes it easier for us. We don't have to debate, especially for a partnership, we don't have to debate every single thing. There is a final decision maker who can say, I'm over sales and this is what I want to do. Now you have to go do that. Or the other person can say, well, I'm over fulfillment and this is what we're going to do. And this is what I feel like is right. And it doesn't mean you don't listen or obviously you don't work with people, but often there does need to be a decision maker when it comes to these things. And it's not like, okay, we're a partnership and I'm going to be your boss about everything.
Right.
And it gives you a chance to say, okay, I'm going to be your boss about this. You're going to be my boss about this. And we're going to work out all of these roles ahead of time so that it's very clear.
Right.
I think one of the other things in the eMyth that is super helpful is just the concepts and understanding of what makes a business successful or not. And often people start a business because they're really good at something. So that maybe they make furniture. They're really great at making furniture. But so they think, oh, well, I'm going to start my own business. I don't have to give any money to anybody else. I make all the money. But then they soon find out that, oh, well, but I'm really no good at marketing or sales or money or, whatever it is. I'm really good at making furniture. So, they find out quickly that there are roles that maybe aren't great for them, and maybe bringing in a partner is the right move, or developing some of those other skills is the right move. Often a business owner may not actually know how to do the things that they have people do.
Like you own a furniture making business but have no idea how to make furniture?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the advantage there is that you're never tempted to then stop building the business and working on the business and jump in and start making furniture. There's definitely things that my staff know how to do that I don't necessarily know how to do, which I love. When there are things that I can't do, I know I can't do. I love being able to just to myself say, well, I can't do this. I need to have somebody else do this for me, because it really relieves the stress. Because there's even times there's things that they can do that I can do too, and it's always a temptation to just jump in and do it. It's like, oh well, I can do this. I'm just going to get it done.
And there's that struggle between always working in the business and working on the business.
Right.
Right? Because you want to get to the point where you're hiring people who are working in the business so you can work on the business. But then if you know how to do that, you're like, wait, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Let me fix it. Or I can do this so much faster. I'll just do it myself. But then you're back to working in your business and not working on your business.
Right. And all of this is talked about in the book eMyth, and we highly recommend it. I've read it several times. I give it to some of my clients if I feel that they need it. It really, really helps you to understand the foundation of your business, even if you already have one or if you're thinking about doing one.
It's an entertaining book. It's a easy page turner. You can take it in chunks and think about it. Like I would read some and then want to work for a while, and some people just read it cover to cover. So you can take it as you are. That's
a good point. Yeah, he tells a lot of stories, so that makes it really, really easy to read. A lot of it is just him giving. Technical. Yeah, it's not all technical. It's not all
fluff either.
Right. Yeah.
It's a nice marriage.
But he'll give stories as examples, so you're like, oh, okay, I see why this works and how this works in certain situations and why it's beneficial and why I should do it, because you're actually hearing the story about people that he's helped do exactly those things.
Okay. So thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing your comments below.
Have a great day.
Thank you.